like doing performance art because I've always been sort of a ham. As a kid, I liked to do impressions of famous people. I always fancied myself some sort of an entertainer. I have a sort of what a lot of people think is a pretty low-key personality, but this stuff burns inside me, and I love painting in front of people. I love that I can do this and that people enjoy it. Even if it's just painting in my studio, I open my studio once a month to the public and I always do a demonstration painting. Just the fact that it entertains people and that that they enjoy it and appreciate it, that gives me energy. And again, that validates for me what I'm trying to do. I work very hard on creating the soundtrack for my performances because I want the music to match what I'm trying to accomplish on the canvas. And so I work almost as hard creating the music as I do on practicing the painting, because I think they're inseparable and they need to work together. And there are times though where I kind of want to fool the audience and not have them necessarily know what's coming. So I might be painting a 60s musician. I might be painting it upside down. They may not recognize right away who I'm painting, and I will play perhaps 60s music, but not necessarily the artist that I'm painting, so that they don't know until the moment I want them to know who it is I'm actually painting. And at some point, that artist's music will work into the performance, but it will be at the point that I want it to, and the point that I want to reveal who I'm painting. Because the performance paintings are executed in a matter of minutes, so they're very expressionist, they're very caricature-like. Whereas in the studio, I can spend more time, I can develop a painting more, I can study color, I can study values and different things, but it is a dimension that nevertheless gives my painting, I think, a freshness, and it does inform the other painting I do, that I can do these fast performance type pieces. So I think it's a vital component of my life as an artist at this point. The human mind associates bright color with energy. Bright color draws emotions from us, certain kinds of emotions. Dark colors do too, neutral colors do too. It's a different response, it's a more melancholy response. And I want my art to lift. I want my art to have positive energy to it. I want people to enjoy my painting. I don't want them to be depressed looking at my painting. So, and I just love experimenting with color. I just love color. So it's natural for me to try to make it work. These are our original tools. These are the tools God gave all of us. And it's the most direct form of creation that there is. It's direct from brain to creation with nothing in between. When you start using brushes, which are fine, I use them a lot, but now you're creating a middleman. You've got the brush between you and your work. And so sometimes when I just want to just directly express, there's nothing better than putting your hands in the paint and putting the paint on the canvas. But I think it's important to reach out to a broad spectrum of styles and methods and try to really test yourself and see what works for you, what you identify with. And I think as I've done that, and I've explored a lot of different styles and a lot of different methods and mediums and so forth, I've started to hone in on what it is that is uniquely mine. And I think I'm discovering that that is color, that is texture, that is bold expression. And I'm narrowing. My styles are less all over the place than perhaps they used to be. But I always want to leave myself the latitude to try something different, to try something new. You don't grow as an artist doing the same thing all the time. And when artists start out early in their painting life, they're always looking for that next paintbrush, that next kind of canvas, that next paper. They're always looking for it through materials. They think the materials, if they get just the right mix of paper and brushes and paint, that's going to make them a better painter. And as you develop as an artist, eventually you realize that it really has nothing to do with all of that. Some of my best work I've done with a $3 brush from Home Depot. But it took me a long time to learn that, and it takes other artists a long time to learn that. that the real quality of your work comes from having an idea and a concept and something that you need to express on paper or on canvas. And in my classes, that's what I try to get across to my students. And it's tough to sort of condense that learning curve because we all have to kind of go through it. But the more you hear it from instructors, and I've found that in my own painting life as I've learned from some great mentors, is that the more often you hear these concepts, eventually you're ready to hear them and eventually they take root in your work. But it takes repetition because we hear it and then we let it go out the other ear as we're working and we're struggling. And all artists do. There's a push and a pull to your work, and you're always struggling and trying to make the right decisions while you're painting. And eventually all the information you accumulate from classes and teachers and mentors, it does build into your subconscious, and eventually you start to see it manifest in your work. And those are great moments when you see that, when you feel like you've actually grown in your work. I've been very blessed. I feel very grateful for the things that I've had in my life and that I've had this opportunity to pursue my artist life. And I've always served on nonprofit boards, a lot of charity boards. And it occurred to me, you know, I can use my art as part of that mission, and I can help organizations raise money or just be of service to them through my art. It's the thing that I can do best for them. And so I've really enjoyed that because I have not been completely dependent on art to make a living, that I can do this kind of thing. I can create an original piece of art for a charity or an organization that will benefit them or benefit an event they're doing. And I don't have to have a payday from that to survive, and that I can help them. And I just feel blessed to be able to do that.
Mr. Bird, you know, on the drums, y'all. There it is,